Should have done it before I pressed record, and I did press record, and I thought I'd do it anyway because it's quite a excuse me. Good evening, how are you? Robbo Lands Vids, Rob Whitley, good evening to you. It is night here, sort of evening to night, 9:13. It's the Aria, LW12 again. I've got the capo on, number 7, up here somewhere, just for the hell of it, and just messing about with some stuff, and just still trying to get my hands and head and everything used to this guitar as opposed to the Ovation. This is quite a bit thicker and more solid down the bottom end of that, so it sits a bit different, especially with the arm of the chair. There he is, there's Dave keeping an eye on the beer, which is, almost was, Spitfire. 4.5%, 4.5%. So there's that. Put it down. The floor's moving about a bit. I don't know what's happened to that. Jeff's under there somewhere. We sent him on another quest. More about that later, but third beer of the day. Not quite as nice as the first beer of the day, but equally as important. So that's all good. Let's have some light on here. I look like I'm dying. That's better. How's that? Not nearly so bad. Thank you for all the questions that are coming in for the Q&A session. I've been trying to write a theme tune for it. I was going to have a go on the piano, but I sold the piano about 6 years ago, so I thought I'd have a go on the keyboard here, but then the camera's resting on the keyboard there, and I can't really play the keyboard. And under the keyboard there's a pair of flip-flops that say Fat Willies on them. These. They live under there. So every time I try and get the pedal, it's a stain pedal, which is this one, which is underneath there as well, I think, oh, flip-flops, that'll be comfortable, I'll put those on. And I sit there and I put them on, and then 10 minutes later I think I'm at the beach. I'm just like, oh, this is good, isn't it? Beer on. We shout at Jeff, you know. Jeff, get some effing drinks, you lazy swine, and so he does. Normally tuned, normally aspirated, just with a capo on the 7th fret, and just stuff with like, you know, hammer-ons, pick, hammer, or miss, pick, hammer. Pick the bottom string, hammer it on the 1st fret, pick the 2nd string, hammer it on the 3rd fret, pick the next string. I used that a while ago in that. Where I did that and then moved it. As that's picking that note, you slide the whole thing up. So you hammer on, slide it, hammer out on the 4th, pick it open, slap it on again, pick the next string. Oh, or 2. I can't see the strings. These strings are so old. I can't see them. They're black against, look, they're almost invisible. The top end there, these ones, they're there, I promise you. I can't see them. I've got some new Martin SPs, they're like clear tone or someone, they're the same thing apparently. I've not used those before, and they're phosphor bronze, which is not my thing. These are the 80-20 bronze on the Ovation somewhere, because they're less jangly and a little bit warmer for my ears. But luckily it's my fingers that are playing it. It's all about them fingers, it's all about them fingers. So yes, Q&A, keep the questions coming in, please do. I had some brilliant ones, and we'll be getting onto that as soon as I've come up with a theme tune, or disregarded the idea of a theme tune, because that way, if I do a theme tune, it then means I have to edit the video, which then means that I'm in my brain, I go, oh, do these other comedy segments, and it could take, you know, for years and weeks to get through like 2 questions. So we'll see how it goes. I might just, you know. It's QLA, it's QLA. You ask the Q's and we'll give you the A. See, that's a A chord. They don't like it up. What else has been going on? I had school summer holidays and all that business, and people being away and families being away. But I had a message last night. One of my students, could we have a guitar lesson today? So did that. That was pretty cool. We were going to go through. I was looking at what we were doing before. It's this thing where you got this. I didn't want too much going on with this hand, so I just come up with this. So boom, boom, boom. Just pick with everything. Rather than have it. Which was Jazz Bar 1, which was written on this guitar years ago with a capo on the 2nd fret. It's all moving about tonight, isn't it? Yeah, so keep the questions coming in, as I say, and we will get on to the answers soon. But some really, really interesting questions, and some really, some which will just deserve, you know, just a reaction shot like that, you know. Or me and you. Sorry, I'm blocking. Me and Dave, that one. That might be for the t-shirts. You know, the Robbo Land t-shirts. Dave says, you know, don't have a freak out. God, this guitar with a thumb pick, it's all going, and invisible strings. I didn't play that thing that I was going to play with it up at the 7th, did I? Bloody idiot. Write in the comments, bloody idiot, you should have played that thing you were going to play at the 7th. So it's that. It's just this thing of moving from like an F power chord thing, E minor shape basically, E minor shape, and then shift it up 1 fret. And that's really nice with a capo on there. The only thing about, the other thing about doing it with the 7th fret, you've got virtually no neck to play with, especially as this guitar hasn't got a cutaway like my Ovation. But this is, so I'm having to deal with that at the moment, which is, I like a cutaway on my acoustic side. But it's a good sounding guitar. I love this thing. how's about that then? I enjoyed that. I hope you did too. That was fun. Blimey. So that's just your standard, yeah, standard tune guitar with a very little going off. Loads of space. Create space. Get a nice wooden guitar. Don't worry about all this plastic rubbish. Who is it who talks about plastic guitars? What the hell do you need one of those for? How do you go wrong? Wood's where it's at. Oh dear. Yeah, and this was the other thing. The Brooklyn, Radio Free Brooklyn thing I mentioned the other day. There's a show on there called Bushwick Garage, which is on Wednesday, and I'll do another quick vid tomorrow to let you know what time it is. And basically, one of the guys who runs a radio station there, Robbo who I know from just Facebook sort of via mutual friends sort of thing. He runs a radio station there, and he discovered some of my music the other night and sort of went, oh, that's quite interesting actually. So one of my tunes is going to be bunged on there. A very, very, very old tune of mine, a thing called War and Peace, which was done on a Sony PlayStation, not even called a PlayStation 1 back then because they didn't know they were bringing out a 2, using Music 2000 that I've gone on about before. And yeah, so awesome business. It's a really, really cool station as well. I remember getting the notifications before it actually came online and whatever, and it's a very interesting, never a dull moment, let's put it that way. Good stuff. So I'm going to go drink some more beer, leave you all with it, and slap a capo on it, innit? Can we put that on the t-shirt? Slap a capo on it, innit? Apparently not. They say capo in America. You crazy kids.